name is Mrs. Ann Kagiri. I am a mother, a wife, and an environmental consultant, and a counselor. For me, spirituality is about connecting to God. And because I'm a Christian, I connect to God through Jesus Christ. And spirituality is a very important component of my life, because that's my basis, that's my background and my foundation. Prayer is the most important aspect of my life, and this is I would say it's the most important thing that I do. And I always give an hour of per day to prayer and to Bible reading as a way of preparing myself for the day, committing to God everything that I am doing or I do, and has always been part of my life. In Christianity, fellowships are very important. The coming together and the sharing. This prayer group actually came about more of like, it's more of mentoring, life coaching, and also helping other people connect to God. You always give what you have. You can never give what you don't have. And because God, Christianity, Bible, prayer is important to me, so I share that with others. Wow. When I was a young mother, life revolved around my children and my husband, and probably a bit of career. That's because children take up so much of your time in terms of preparing for them, food, cooking. A woman spends a lot of their time off work in the house. And maybe 80% of your time is taken by what you do for your children, for making sure they are ready for school, making sure when they come home there's food, and being with them when they do homework. At my point now, I'm in the age where we call it the empty nest stage. The children are now all grown up, they have gone, they are now in their own families. And so it's about now remaining relevant in their lives as a mother, and also finding ways whereby I can fill up that space or the empty nest. Because when the nest becomes empty, especially for women, it can be a very depressive time. I would say prayer. Yeah. Because when you come home from work and come into a house that is empty, you have to first of all occupy that space. So prayer is one of them. But remember, I'm also an environmental consultant. So I also do a lot of reports in the evening. So I would say I'm not that idle, but prayer definitely helps. And also prayer helps you connect with each one of them, because you see, when you pray, you also pray for your children, and you're mentioning them by name. And you're mentioning whatever they are doing also before God and committing it before God. So that also helps you to connect, because after praying, you'd also want to know how is everybody doing. Yes. As a counselor, I've learned that there's a lot of childhood trauma that happens in people's lives. Yes. As children. Probably I would talk of the way maybe my own experience as a child also. And I realize now as an adult, it's when I've handled some of the issues that I went through and especially as a teenager. Through life I went through them, and I never really had anybody to talk to and tell about whatever was going on. For my children and raising them as a mother, I made a deliberate decision to expose them to the harsh world by not necessarily sheltering them, but to expose them and allow them to go through life, knowing that when they mature, they will also have to deal with problems. I feel for today's children who were not exposed and who are not allowed to experience hardships, they were protected by their parents. For me, I took my children to boarding school, knowing all the stuff that goes on there. And you do that so that you can go there, get emotional maturity, get hardened, and learn skills as to what to do with life. But now I've also experienced children who are never given that. They were sheltered. And then when somebody is in their 30s, they are now being released to that world that is already harsh and difficult without skills. Yes. Necessary emotional skills and even basic life skills to handle life.